All right. Good evening, my viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another episode of Analysis Thursdays. Yes, my viewers. Before I introduce my panel, the person on the panel, um, please subscribe to Mellache TV and like the channel. Listen, it is very important to click like on the channel. The more like we get on the channel, is the more YouTube will spread it to new audience, to new viewers. So always click like on the channel. Yes, and advertisements are on my channel, so please to watch the ads. Yes, my viewers. On the panel we have C4, Andre Haywood.
Blessings, blessings.
Welcome. Yes, and Siobhan Smith. That's right. I'm Playmaster.
Yeah,
Siobhan
man.
Smith, right? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Player, aka Playmaster. Um, Professor supposed to be on, but Professor internet is giving issues, so he's having internet issues, and we're going to have on set a special guest, HICO. He'll be on in a few to explain the some more rules of the Portmore League. Yes, C4, Mr. Center Forward. Any news? Any news? Any good news?
Well, a lot of news is on the road right now. You have big match in the West where the Mercenaries will be taking on the team from the West led by World Boss. Yeah, so that is something to look forward to. Two legs, one on Thursday and the other on Saturday. And there's also a proposal for a D1 match against D side, but that is something that Playmaster can give us more insights about. But
So
for me
Mr.
right now,
Playmaster,
that seems to have been shut out the waters.
okay, can I expound on it some more, Mr. Playmaster?
Yeah, man. The D1 match, it's still in the planning stage. We had a date in mind, but with the Mercenaries versus the Western All Star match taking place over the same period, we decided to postpone that match for the 23rd, and we're actively working on getting a new date. So as soon as the new date is finalized, we will release that information to the public.
Okay. So they want to move it from the 23rd.
No, it's
Right.
supposed to be, but it cancel.
Okay. Well, I heard also there is there's going to be a match, another match on the 23rd, in St. Thomas, where the proposed east and west side against St. Thomas. I know St. Thomas going to comprise of the Bull Bay players, where they're playing for $300,000 on the 23rd of December. So majority of the persons are from Bombers United. So I wish that date could change from the 23rd, because the 23rd is going to be a big match in St. Thomas on the 23rd.
Well, let us see how that works out. Lots of domino in
And
store over the festive season.
yes, because some of the players who supposed to be playing in that tournament, the D side tournament you're talking about, they they're going to play in the same tournament there at St. Thomas. So the conflict, yes, there's going to be a conflict there. So I wish that could change. But before we go into the dissecting of the league, the Portmore League from um, last week, we're going to have HICO to explain some more about the rules. So we're going to at HICO on stage. Hello, Mr. HICO. Hello, sir.
Yes, hello, evening.
Yes, evening. How are you?
Bless up, HICO. Blessings, blessings. C4.
Yeah, man, bless up to you, Mellache, and your panel.
Yeah, man.
Continue
Welcome.
the good work. Keep up the good work.
Yes, thank you. And
Mhm.
thanks for being here. And
Yeah, man, it's my pleasure.
yes, the tournament, the Portmore League. Which
Yeah.
position do you have on the board?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not officially on the board. I think it's by choice. But the president do use me to get the word out, whatever there is as it regards to the league and especially rules and all of that surrounding the tournament. He will ask me from time to time to try to get it out. He wants me to be a PRO, but honestly, I'm the one who has always turned on the post. For more than one reason, which and I don't think I want to discuss that on the program. But the reality is that the president, Mr. Gerald Stevenson, he has been basically, could say a father figure to me, or a grandfather, because I basically grew up under his hand. He was my neighbor growing up in Garvey. So and for the persons who might not know the history of the Portmore St. Catherine League, it was officially or initially started by my step grandfather, Noel Brown. I don't know if you remember last year the tournament had played in April for some Noel Brown Light Trophy. So he was a person he was a person who initially started this thing. He was the first person who sponsored Mr. Mina. Persons who may not know, he was the first person with a business in Portmore, Noel Brown Installation Services. And he was the one who sponsored the Domino, and it started from there. And then it grew from strength to strength. So the history between me and Mr. Stevenson, it goes a far way. So he respects me for the mere fact that we grew on them and we still follow the Domino game from a very early age coming up. And that's basically history with it. So he asks me from time to time. He's a person who is a man, he's an elderly man. He's not so versatile when it comes down to technology, and hence why I have to probably be like the person. And sometimes the secretary, which is granddaughter, I'm not sure if she's still holding that post. From time to time, we both of us to try to come together and try to, whether we can shed some light on whatever. Sometimes there are growths that myself I cannot address. I will probably send persons in the direction of either Mr. Mina or whoever I believe they can get some farmer redress. So, with that being said, he has given me the permission to speak as it regards to the league and the rules surrounding it, because I had to more than one time go over with him with the rules, even with the changing of this countdown rule, which myself I may not be 100% okay with it, because I've seen glitches where the persons can use it to their advantage and to their disadvantage. But as I said before, that any rule that you have, persons can always find a loophole in it. Because we're talking about persons, black people, black man, and they're very creative. They'll find way out of anything. So whatever it is, we can adapt to the changes, but I think the best thing is for us to really understand the rule. And I think the problem we're having is that the referees, they really, really don't understand the rule and how to apply them. And that is why teams are suffering. I've even heard of a match recently. I think Centre Forward is also a part of that team with Fort International, which the rule was completely breached in every way. So I'm here now to just explain that rule in particular. If there's anything else I can assist the panel with, I will. And also, I'm going to also share what persons can do, what options team have at their disposal if they believe that the rules are being breached and by the referee, the team also have an option. There's something that they can do. So I will explain all of that.
Okay, thank you for that, Mr. HICO. How old is Portmore League?
Well, Portmore League, it would have started from 1985, I believe.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. Portmore League is almost
That's
40 years old.
That's about 38 years.
38 years. That could be unofficial, but it's around that time. I'm sure it's around that time. If it's not 1985, it would have been 1983, but it's somewhere around that time.
Okay.
But it has a rich history and it has been going on for a very long time.
But from 1985 until now, it's the same rules govern the tournament, right?
Basically, I mean, there would have been some minor changes. Yes, amendments to rules, but most of them remain the same, basically. And I think what they do, they try to tweak it every now and then when they see that there's a breach with one thing, and the thing about it is that there is always more than one tournaments going on at a time. And when the Guinness League has their tournament, and they will have probably like a countdown rule, for example, and they are seeing a breach in it. What the president of the Portmore League would do, he will try to tweak his rule to try to prevent that. So it's like they learn from another man's experience, in other words. So for example, you centre forward or you Mellache run a league, you're running the Dragon League, and then you realize that there is something wrong. Based on how the countdown was applied or whatever, as it come down to the ending of the match. Because most of the times match are disrupted, most of the times when it close to the end and the matches are close. And maybe all the rules are applied. So when the next team or next league starts their competition, what they would do is that they'll try to tweak the rules, surrounding that they don't have a reoccurrence of that. Because that players really, it's the same players that play every domino, everywhere. It's the same players that go everywhere, whether it is Western, whether it is East, and whether it is in Portmore League or Town League. It's the same set of persons you will always see playing. So what they try to do is not have these things reoccur.
Okay. All right. Professor, not Professor.
Yes, the feed is coming in a bit choppy. I'm not hearing you so well.
Okay, center forward.
Well, first and foremost, good evening, Mr. HICO.
Good evening.
Yes, you explain a lot in regards to what persons can do. That is going to be the interested part we're looking forward to here. But fourth international match, the old countdown rule was used. So could you brief us of the rule changes and what to expect when it reach countdown? And if this is not put in place, what should teams do when the referee is not compliant with the rules?
All right. So the rule states that we already know that the 236, 240 is out. We know that old rule where once it reach 236, 240, the tables start coming out, and when all 6 tables are finished, you spin a toss and you select your 3 tables and you play up to the point where it reach the 2 table amount or the 1 table. But that is done with. So the countdown rule now is a sudden death countdown. So sudden death, it means that once a team reaches, it starts from 242, 244, right? Leading less than 4 points. So if, for example, a team is at 241 and the next team is at 247. And they will be leading by 6. And then the next team win goes to 242. And the other team is at 247. It is still 6 table because they would be leading by 5 points. Still leading, they still need to be leading less than 4. So that is still 6 table. However, what if the person who is at the team that is at 242 wins 2 more games, got to 244, and the next team is still at 247? Then that table now, who would put it at 244, 247, would stop. That table would stop, and it will follow. Say, for example, the team that is at 247, they still don't win any game, and the next 2 table that win is the team that was at 244 and they go to 246. So now you would have 3 tables and the team is at 246, 247. Now, those 3 tables, once you reach a 3 table, those 3 tables would have to continue the match up until the point where one team is at 249, 248. In that case, once it is 249, 248, you will now have 2 tables because only a team can only win 2. The team that is at 240 can only win 2 to win the match, and the other one can only win 1. So you only need 2 tables to finish match at that point. And the team that is at 240, if they win and goes to 249 all, then the last table would decide the match. All right, so with that being said, let me start back from the 242, 244. I want to get it clear. 242, 244 is a sudden death countdown. Now, once a team reaches 242, 244, that table is supposed to be stopped. The next table that wins, that table also stop. And the next table that wins, that table also stop, leaving 3 table, wherever the score is. Once a sudden death countdown score was already achieved, then the 3 table that is left would finish the match wherever the score is, up until the point where it reached, as I explained earlier, 248, 249, and we already know that is 2 tables, right? And then now the team that wins go 240, and if the team wins go 249 all, then the team that bring it to 249 all will also stop and allow the last table to finish the match. So before we even go any further, I want persons to I don't know if center forward, if you understand what I'm saying as regards to the rule and the difference between the points. Remember, the team must be leading by less than 4. So again, if one team is at 247 and the next team reach 242 before they reach 247, right? No, meaning the next team was at 241 and the other team is at 247. That is still, it's not the countdown score. But say the other team goes to 242, it is still not countdown. It is still 6 table. Reason being, because the team would be leading them by 5 and not less than 4. So we need to understand that also.
Let me get this clear, HICO. It's
right.
Not 4 or less. It's less than 4. It's not 4 or less. It's less than 4.
Yes, sorry, that's correct. That's correct. Less than 4, not 4 or less.
All right.
Less than 4.
In short, I'm understanding it. The trailing team, the team that is trailing, upon reaching 242, they must be within 3 points to activate a sudden death countdown. If they reach 242 while trailing and the other team is leading by 4 or more, then the tables continue. But once they come within 3 points, then the tables start to exit the ring.
That is correct. That is correct, center forward. And also, the table that put it within that 3, that's the first table that will leave the ring. So that's also important to know which table leave the ring first, because we know that me and you know, being in Domino, or involved in Domino, we know that there are persons who meticulously would want to, you know, or strategically, if you want to say, have certain players from their team with finishing the match for them. You know, so I mean, there would probably be argument and saying that no man, the man if you leave it, and the table have to leave first, or the table they must leave. Maybe because the table that actually win in the latter would have based on when they win would have to continue the match, and probably they don't want that table or that member of the team to finish the match for them. They probably be more confident with the next table that had finished win the game before. You know, so we have to understand which table stop first. So you're correct. Once they're within 3 now, so the person who would put it on within 3, that table first would stop.
Question, HICO. Is there a training seminar for the coaches? So what happened about the not the coaches, the referee? What happened to the referee that are ignorant to the rules?
The all right, so
do they have a training session for the referee?
To my knowledge, every Thursday, like today, and I'm almost sure that there was a meeting earlier, because I spoke to the president before I came on the program, and he was even making reference to the match with Fort International and Masterpiece, you know, and I mean, the penalty, it seems like he would have wanted to give him the ultimate penalty and fire him as a referee, because there was a clear breach, you know, and I think there were persons reaching out to the president also, trying to prevent the referee from continuing along the path of the breach. But it was continuous. And I mean, countless times I've spoken to the president, and he said that he has imparted it to them over and over, and they still just don't get it. I don't know if some of these referees they're not adaptive to learning, you know, and I don't want to be, you know, sound like I'm insulting anyone, but sometimes you have persons who will grasp things very quickly, and you have some persons who will take a time before they can grasp it. You know, because even with my explanation of the rules, I know quickly centre forward would have been able to explain it. You know, it was surprising. And there are some persons you explain the rules to them over and over, and they keep on doing the same thing. Note, you know, there are a few referees who really understands the rule. And I think the one that they call Man from Farm, Mr. Samuels, he's also a referee that he really understands the rule, you know, and he would apply it accordingly. But I don't know, I think maybe there need to be some form of either advertising, because I don't think training seminar is going to be enough for these referees. Let's just be honest. Not everybody is adaptive to learning. And you'll put them in an environment of learning, no matter how you explain the thing to them, they'll still not get it. And not everybody also respond to learning the way that they should, with a positive attitude. Because I think I've heard, I don't know how true it is, that the referee who made the blunder in the Fort International and Masterpiece match, you know, I heard that persons were trying to correct him and point out the rules to him. And, you know, he just insisted that no, they can't tell him, you know, what to do. You know, he must do it like how he know to do it. And I mean, that kind of behavior for a tournament, you know, we have to do better. Because if we're going to grow the sport, if the players I understand will always be, you know, have behavioral problems. But at least we need the officials to be professionals, you know. We need them to be persons who understand what they're doing. Or listen, you can't even not totally understand the rule, you know, but just how you go about doing your job, you know, you seem like you know exactly what you're doing. Because if it is, there's a new rule, and you feel that you're doing something, or you feel you're doing it the right way, and somebody bring it to your knowledge, and no, you can't be too puffed up to say, all right, let us stop the match, Let us call Mr. Mina and find out what is to be done. Nothing is wrong with that. At the end of the day, it is all about fair play, and it is at the end of the day, no team will feel cheated because they'll say, all right, and the rules that govern the competition was done. But Masterpiece probably feel cheated because they probably say, why, them feel them couldn't win the match if the rules were applied properly. Fourth probably said, well, if the rules were applied properly, maybe we couldn't win the match by more than one. But still, you don't see that teams will might not leave and feel justified because they would feel cheated because the rules were not applied properly. But as far as I know, the seminars, they have a meeting every Thursday, and these are things that they discuss, things and problems that they have. Some of these referees, because they know that they blunder, they will not come and say, oh, hey, I made a mistake, They'll just go like, oh, nothing happened, and they won't bring it, they will not report anything to the president. So sometimes he really don't know what happens in these matches. And one of the things that I want to say, because I think Centre Forward had asked me, one of the things that teams must write, don't say by word of mouth, they must put in writing, let me say it again, put in writing anything, any blunder that the referee had made, please put it in writing and send it to the JDF, send it to the president of the Jamaica Domino Federation. Because if you say it by word of mouth, there's no action will be taken. But once it is done in writing, he will act upon it. And that is all one of the things they use going forward. Also, let me say, the teams you have at your disposal, if the referee is breaching the rules, two things you do. First thing you do, you bring the rules to his attention. So I would advise teams to always have a copy of the rules with them. And whenever the rules is being breached, you bring it to the attention of the referee. Now, after bringing it to the attention of the referee, if he refuses to follow what the rule says, the team that is being affected by this breach, they have all right to withdraw their team. It don't matter what the referee want to do. When I want to blow off match and say let's stop, they have all right to withdraw their team and tell them this would not continue further with this match because the referee is breaching the rules, and we bring it to his attention and he still continue to breach the rules. So we withdraw the team and we're going to write a report as it regards to that and send it to the president, and then he will finish from there. I will also add to it that during that time, they also make a call to the president just to inform him and tell him that they will be doing it in writing. And the teams have 48 hours to do so. That's another important thing. You have 48 hours into which you are going to write this report. I know, gentle people, for all those who are listening, what I'm saying to you now is not in the rule, but thank God for this kind of program. We can broadcast it. And Centre Forward, I hope you're taking notes that you're an influential man. You can broadcast it and send it out so persons know and they understand. These are not in the rules what I'm saying to you now, but I am telling you that this is one of the options. I've spoken to the president, and this is one of the options that we have. So I guess next time, maybe this needs to be included in the rules. So what you have as a team, it can't be that the referee is just doing as him like and nothing can be done. You have the option of bringing the rules to his attention. After bringing the rules to his attention, if he refuses to follow the rule, you can tell him that you are going to withdraw your team to have no further part in the match, and you're going to write a report as it regards to that. And also, as I said, I would add, those are the words of the president, and I would add to it, make a call to him just to inform him of what is happening. So when the referee say him blow off the match, make sure, because him can always blow off the match and say give the match to the next team. No points can be added to the team unless as long as the team does the right thing. So after they withdraw the team and they write to the board within 48 hours, then it would go to the I don't know their tribunal or whatever they have, their panel. I don't know the procedures in regards to that part, but once it is done in writing within 48 hours and it is sent to him, then he would address it accordingly. But it's good to brief him on it to let him know that this is so and this is happening, so he will have an idea of what took place. But once the rule is being breached and you bring it to the attention of the referee must adhere. And if you don't adhere to it, the team have the option of withdrawing for no further participation. And also the team have the responsibility to put in writing those things. And also, I mean, the match to have fair play, you know, the captain of the next team, you can also say, listen, I understand your team have the advantage, but this is the rule. And this is why we're withdrawing the team. You know, want it to look like, say, oh, you know, we're afraid of our next team, or, you know, we're trying to cause disruption in the match because whatever. Because some people will be say, oh, that team is just disruptive. But no, if you're going by the rules, we're going by the rules. There was a famous politician that says the person who plays by the rules is the one that gets shafted. But I don't truly believe in that. You know, sometimes we have to have rules, because without rules, you just have complete lawlessness.
Yes, but I think there should be a rule sheet for all teams, so that this can be carried over to the referee to show them or give them knowledge of what you're trying to say. So that will prevent matches, because there's a whole kind of runs up now, you know, where a man feel like in a film rules, because remember you have a rule sheet with the changes, you know. A man just feel like say boy have a point and he decide say you're up on the day. They play over that match up on another day, you know. Because he can't open a can of worms there, so a man want a match to play another day. He just use a tactics there and say, all right, you know, so we're gonna try to find something in the rules where probably the referee no enlightened to use it and get that match of a play upon another day. So we think that can be loopholes for teams who seek for play the matches on different days.
Yeah, I was just going to ask HICO that question. You know, every club has a copy of the rules, the new rules.
I should think so. You know, I should think that every club would have a copy by now. But centre forward, I understand what you're saying, and you know you're correct. However, remember, you know, a team cannot just withdraw, and it would be foolish for a team to withdraw, risking losing all 4 points, or risking even having getting 1 point because of ignorance. Meaning, if your rules are not being breached, remember, you know, if the rules are being breached, the responsibility of the team persons must bring it to the attention of the referee. And when I mean bring it to the attention of the referee, show the referee in the rules, because some of them, I strongly believe that some of them don't even understand the rules themselves. It's sad to say, but I believe that some of them really don't understand the rules, or they don't understand how to execute or carry out the rules, or they don't understand how to interpret the rules. Whichever it is, there are some lacking in the understanding of the rules. And therefore, if it is that you realize the rules are being breached, right, and you are at a disadvantage, you should bring it to the attention of the referee. And it is after bringing it to the attention of the referee, if he insists that no, this is how it's going to go, you have the responsibility to, one, withdraw the team. And even if you withdraw the team, you can make a call right away within that time. Also, within the same time frame of even showing the rules to the referee. If you even want to confirm with the president to ensure that you are along the right path, you know, you can also do so. And I can tell you that even when you call the president, maybe the referee continue along the same path, you know. But I'm just saying, if it is that is the case, you have exhausted all the options by bringing the rules to his attention, and he choose not to go accordingly, then you can withdraw the team and write a report within 48 hours. Yes, centre forward, you might say a team might want us to play the match a different day, but they can't do that unless there's a clear breach. There must be a clear breach. A breach so much that both teams can say, yes, the rules are being breached. You know? the rules are being breached. And nobody can argue with any team. If the rules are being breached, nobody can argue with no team if they choose to withdraw and not without having further participation in that match until the referee probably either replace or him change and continue along the right path, not the wrong one, the right path in adherence to the rule.
Okay. All right. Good evening, Saniq. Thanks for joining in. Watson, West Kingston. That's West Kingston. Lincoln Watson. That's West Kingston, right? C4.
Yeah, West Kingston.
Yeah,
Big up yourself, West Kingston.
Yeah, man. And for the viewers, please remember to click like on the video. Always remember to click like. And if you have any questions, you can type it in the chat. HICO is here. So any question in regards to the Portmore League, you can type it in the chat. All right, HICO. There was an issue with the Passage Fort and Foundation with the referee, right? I think, and this is just my opinion, I think referee are officials who is from the area should not ref or officiate that match, because there's going to be some biases in there, some bias there. Understand? Because there was an issue, and the referee with the Passage Fort tournament and some confrontation goes down with the referee. They're saying not calling the referee name. He was referring for the side, the other side, the Foundation side, because the referee came from that community. So what you have to say, HICO, about the official officiating the match from the same community or the same area? What do you have to say about that?
All right. So really and truly, if a referee is doing their job, I honestly don't believe that they should do it with favor or malice. They should do it without favor or malice or without affection for anyone. Because if you are doing a job as a professional, you ought to carry out your job accordingly. I mean, even me as an officer, I have to carry my job out accordingly. I can't, because I know this person, I have favor and have leniency on this one person, don't have leniency on the other. So I'm not really aware of what happened in the Foundation match. But I understand the question, Mellache. You don't think that persons that are from the area, they should ref the match. But the truth is, I don't think they have a large crop of referees. And, at times they'll probably, sometimes I believe in choosing who ref which match. I think the president would have, when they go on a Thursday, sometimes persons say, all right, I'd want this match because it's closer to home, or, it's more convenient for the referee or whoever. But with that being said, once you're refereeing any match, you're officiating any match, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's not even just where they're from, and where the team is from, Sometimes, Mellache, it's also the player that is there at the team. Because a lot of referees have their players. It is being said that more than one referee have a particular team. They have a team where they prefer more than the other. So when they ref, as long as they ref in that match, they ref in any match with that team, they ref in favor of them. But I mean, I don't think it's something that we will get rid of just overnight. But I really believe as a professional, and I think persons can highlight it to the referee. Say, listen, referee, you're officiating a match, because this is not being disrespectful. You're officiating a match, and you should be a professional in what you're doing. And as a professional, you should not officiate the match with any form of prejudice. you know, with any form of favor to any particular player or affection towards that player and their team. You understand? As the whole time saying, they say, well, good for the goose, good for the gander. So when any ruling that you make, it should not be biased. It should not be deemed biased. But I mean, sometimes also, it doesn't matter what you do. You know, I find myself in position that no matter what you do, sometimes persons might say that you're being prejudiced or you're being biased because you might make a decision that is not in favor of them. But I don't think we will get away from that so easily because, and I don't think it's really the team and the area, because I really think it's the players, because many persons, referees are friends with many players. So wherever certain players are, you know, once they referee a match and they're on that team, they'll probably ref, you know, with some form of bias. But that is unacceptable, and it should not happen, you know. And I hope that it is not something that is continuous. I hope that it doesn't affect really or impact the game so much that it really impact the results of the game. Because I mean, a referee can be biased and yet still, you know, the bias that they have, you know, may not really impact the results of the game, because at the end of the day, we want Domino to win. So at the end of the day, we want the best team to come out on top.
Well, on
And
Sunday,
the team,
it was a very serious issue, you know, on Sunday, you know, because before leaving the venue, I heard the Passageford players saying they don't want that particular person to officiate any more matches for them. So I realized that this is a
okay.
very serious issue.
And if that is the case, what Passageford should do, they should write to the board and state give their reasons as to why they would not want that referee. You know, and maybe some a summary of what happened on the day. You know, so I think what they can do, if they're members of Passageword listening in, they can try to write to the board and give state reasons as to why, you know, what happened, a brief summary of what happened, and you know, that should be reason enough for the president to say, all right, you know, whether the reason is strong or not, he will decide as to if he'll send back that referee to their match.
Okay.
All right,
All
the
right.
last thing, I'm sorry, Mellache. The last thing
Yes.
we I said to you know, in regards to persons who want to video the games, or what leniency does the Portmore League offers, because in a match with mechanical strikers and another team, somebody wanted to video the match and was escorted out the ring by the referee, but yet still allowed other persons of the mechanical team to be standing inside the ring, but refused the cameraman for the other team to video the games. What you have to say about that? Because you know, in this time and age now, everybody is dying for a stream of matches, and you know, whoever volunteers to do it, you know, sometimes the leniency would have been granted by the referee.
All right, so honestly, I don't know of a rule, any clear rule that surrounds video in the game. I would say that, I guess it's on it's on the referee would have to determine if he's going to allow a person to go in the game, to video the game. It's on his discretion. I can't say that he must allow them, and I don't know why he would allow players from one team to be standing in the game and not allow another player. You know, I don't know why, because I believe what he should have done is don't allow no player at all, whether from one side or the other, to be in the game. But I believe in this day and age, we love the domino, and the domino makes you feel at home. Even if you're at home, it makes you feel like you are there and experiencing in the atmosphere when the game is being videoed or live streamed. So I don't know, some referee may not understand that. Again, some of these referees they're aging, and because of that, they are still not made that transformation from the old age and to understand that we're in an age now where cameras are taking over, videoing, and the excitement for the game is the videoing and the bragging rights and all of that. They still have not made that transformation. So some of them will play a little hard. But if they, as I said, there's no clear rule as to allow the referee for them to, or allow the team to have persons videoing. But, I guess a person have to start to the referee and see if they can, get to himself. Why, boss, we have maybe a chance, allow our madam, I'm going to ask you if just a little time for us do a little video, quick video for the game. But I guess when they see them in the jersey, maybe that is what will raise the red flag. Maybe if a Mellache come now and he's not in a particular jersey for either team, maybe they'll allow them. Because he could have always said that, this is for the channel, this is for the uplifting and the upbringing of the games. Maybe the referee can also think that the person who is from that particular team just want to video the game, maybe to make some form of problem dispute. Not saying that is the case, I am not saying that is the case. Please don't quote me. I'm just saying maybe in their mind they could be thinking that. So I'm just saying that, maybe if it was a independent person that come to video, maybe they would have not stopped them. But regardless, I believe that they can allow them, or they should allow them, depending on the circumstances, depending on the type of match, and depending on the atmosphere of the match and how well contested the match is. By that I say, maybe the match is heated. Maybe both teams are, they're at each other's throats. When I say at each other's throats, I don't mean literally. I mean, it's a back and forth with the lead, just taking over by 1 and 2 and right up to the end. Maybe in a case like that, the referee probably will say, all right, I don't really want nobody come in and video because maybe the person who have video can, give it the person or something. So, I mean, if that is explained, then I would understand. But if that is not the case, I don't see why they can't allow them to come and, do the video.
I think it's a jersey issue. I think it's a jersey thing because I get direct permission from the president himself to go around and video the matches. So I think maybe it's a jersey issue. Okay, and I believe so too. And I mean, I would understand that.
I would really understand that because maybe, may I tell you the truth, centre forward, if I was officiating a match and if the match is, as I said, well contested and a person from a team, I don't know if I would allow them in the match. If the match is well contested, I don't think I'd want to allow them in the match at that point. I would ask them to video, but video at a distance. Just to protect the fair play of the game. Not saying that the person is dishonest, and I'm not saying that the person would be dishonest. But I'm just saying, for all transparency, for nobody to say, because listen, people are very they find some things sometimes to say, even when they don't have no form of proof that it is so, And a man will come and say, why, the girl or the man will have video the game, talk out the man and or code out the man, and because maybe the person is a partner with one of the persons who is playing. And really and truly, maybe the person will never do not like that, But just because they know that the person is partner with the person, them say them code out the man. Worst if them win. So I mean, just to protect the fair play, if I see a jersey and the match is closely contested and I'm officiating the match, I don't think I would allow the person in the jersey to go in the ring. That's just my opinion still. Not to really bash anyone. But that's just my opinion. Not saying it is right. I'm not saying it is the best option. But I'm just saying if the match is well contested, I don't think I would.
Okay, all right. Thanks for that, Mr. HICO. Yes, Royal Taylor, big up yourself, Royal Taylor. Professor.
Yes, man.
Professor is back. You have anything to say to Mr. HICO for a wrap up,
No, I just for most part, the only thing probably I would ask is that how much is it that is put into to synthesize the referee as much about the changes of rules, and if is there a seminar prior to match or prior to the start of the competition.
Professor, in the really say something now, we talk about it because on Thursdays, them do some briefing for the referee, Mr. Mina.
Yeah, man, in your absence.
You know, so.
Yeah, man, I just wanted to.
Playmaster still there? Playmaster? All right, HICO. Yes, Playmaster.
Yeah, man. Big up HICO. Thanks for the insight. We basically understand the rules. I was glad him take the time to expound on it. But to elaborate regarding what happened in the mechanical match, it wasn't a close match, you know, and that is why I think the rights of players were aggrieved by the referee's decision because Rashov was leading by a lot, and it came across as mechanical being petty because they were losing badly to ask the referee to remove the rights of video personnel, and the referee did so. And when the rights of persons asked the referee to remove the mechanical persons to include the president of mechanical, they all sat in a corner and the referee refused to tell them to come out. The referee was saying they were not interfering with the game, which was very
Playmaster.
blatant, you know. But
Playmaster.
all said and done, we understand that referees are human. Referee has bias because we're all humans and we're born with bias. What I would want to implore ICO and the hierarchy of the Jamaica Domino Federation is to try and replenish the referees because, as he said, some of these referees are stuck in their ways. And I know for a fact that Mr. Mina does a lot of work there in the background to, you know, uplift the standard of refereeing. But one of the saying goes, if a dog is a dog has to bark, you know. So I think he wants to go about, you know, upgrading the refereeing to maintain the integrity of the product because 3 matches on one weekend and we're having 3 different issues with referee that can't be a coincidence, you know. And we don't really want that to stain the product that Domino is, as it, yeah, man.
All right. You know, for a part of your presentation, Playmaster, it went black because I was, you know, going through a little spot. So I lost connection. But I hear you in terms of as it regards to replenishing the referees. Well, you know, I don't know. I think many more of our Mr. Stevens will more have a little compassion, you know, on them, and he tries to really help some of them by having them around, you know, because as we know, and I think I've heard Centerford said this on programs before that some of these referees use this as their livelihood, and he's right. You know, he's right. He's 100% correct. Some of them depend on a Sunday as a little livelihood. But if you're going to do something, you have to do it to the best of your ability. You understand? And if you get a job to do it, man, and don't do it and just come here just to the money, because at the end of the day you get money, or you will see your favorite player and then come and buy you a drink, or, you know, do it and do it accordingly. Don't have like a pride in what you do. As I always say, this is my saying. Anything that you're going to do and you're going to be good at it, you must love it. That is my saying. And I come to the realization that it is true. If you are going to do something and you're going to be good at it, you must love it. Because if you don't have any love for the thing, you're not going to do your best at it. And therefore, some of these referees are not doing it because they love the game. They're doing it merely because they can get a little money on a Sunday. You understand? And I think that is like, I would put quote unquote, it's like you're mongrelizing the sport. You know, we're not getting the best out of the sport when things like that happen. So if it is that it comes down to we have to replenish them, then so be it. But as I said before, maybe they don't have much options because not much many persons come forward and want to officiate. That is one, and two. So as I said before, some of these referees, I know personally that it might have a little compassion on them and give them a little, because I can tell you, many of these referees, they are glad when the tournament come about so they can get a chance to officiate, because as we know, not all the referees that is used in Portmore League is used in also the Town League. And because of that, a referee have to sit down and have to wait months before they can depend on a Sunday. But as I said before, it can't be that it just come for a Sunday and just collect a little money. It have to be that if you're doing a job, you do it. And you need to do it without favor or affection, without malice, without no form of prejudice. And just do it accordingly that the sport can grow. Let it be said that if anything go wrong, and the players maybe misbehave, and not the official. Because when the players misbehave, the players are many numbers. But the official is just one person for the match. So when the official are misbehave, it kind of to me is a bigger problem than the players. Because you will always have hundreds of players. And you may have two bad seed among the 100 or among the bunch. Now you can deal with that. But when you have the official themselves, which is not many, there are few, and them themselves are misbehaved, then you have a serious problem. So, as a playmaster, I think something needs to be done about it. And just to say, Professor, you did ask earlier, I did answer that question, but every Thursday there's meetings with the referees. And I think the referees themselves, they're not being honest, because some of them really don't know the rule, and they won't come and say, Mr. Stevenson, I don't understand the rule. Please explain it to me again. They will go to the meeting, sit there as if nothing happens on a Sunday, and they have nothing to report, nothing to bring to their attention. And all if probably sometimes if two persons fight, some of them don't even want to go through and follow through with the correct procedure. They just leave it at that. And that is unacceptable also. So I don't know how much can be done, because them themselves is not being honest to say they don't understand the rule. So on a Thursday when he really goes, he really don't know what's really happening. Probably think that all the matches went well and went accordingly. So until we bring it to his attention, our players, our teams bring it to his attention, and just like I said, the options that are on the table that you have as teams and as team members, those options you have on the table, and you have to utilize them to your advantage. You understand? Because as I said, if the referees are not doing their job, we need to do our job and ensure we force them to do their job, because they're obligated to execute and carry out the rule accordingly and not breach them. When the players breach rules, you just understand them, which should not happen. But when the official breach rules, that is a big no-no. So
HICO,
that is my view.
Yeah, man. I just want to ask a question here. What is it now to be done in terms of from the hierarchy of the federation to ensure that such as a match report or a match card to bring in just to get the sort of ratings or so just for the federation to understand what is going on match days, whether or not there's an incident or not. What about a rating sheet? Something like that, there's an incident and there's thought is there such thing can be put in place, or they are out of getting that in?
I didn't hear the last part of the question, but let me find out if this is what you're asking. Are you asking that is there something that they should put in place, or you're asking if there is something in place for that?
All right. Yes. If there's something, if a thought of something in place, because I just heard you in one of your comments that when the referees do come to these meetings, they tend to kick back like there's nothing happening on front. And I think everything can be reported on a Sunday, whether something goes on controversial or an incident. There's something much can be reported in terms of the environment, the organization, the bathroom, etc. Sanitary conditions, etc. Those things can still be reported on to get a good feel of what the atmosphere was at particular locations are.
So
is there something can be done?
Not about just getting a stipend then. with the referee.
That's a very brilliant idea, Professor. And it's a very good idea. As I said before, one of the things is that this board, it's not readily adaptive to changes. It's something that I would agree with. If I was running the competition, of course, I would want to have something like that, because then you will really have an understanding of what the atmosphere was like. And as it is, I don't know of anything that is like that, and I really don't think there's anything like that, or that there's anything in the pipeline per se. But what I would suggest, though, as you made a point about the sanitary, the ablutions, which are the bathrooms and all of that. But if it is that the environment is not, it may not deem safe, or the environment is not friendly to persons, and that domino is a game where you have ladies also have to use the restroom and so forth. So you'd want to have the place at a level of cleanliness, So I mean, for the time being, what I think you can do, if it is that the area is not clean, or persons can make a report just the same way a farmer one, right? It's very easy and convenient. But if it is that you really come across a ground that is very deplorable, I believe that person should make a report, because then it is not just your safety and maybe what you can tolerate. The another person, it might prove deadly to them. Yes. So I think it's something that, if it is that they don't have a rating sheet as it is now, but I think that if it is that bad, person should even try to put something in writing to the president, so they can see some form of redress in regards to the ground.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that, HICO. Thanks for being here, and thanks for shedding some more lights on the countdown and the sudden death. So thanks for that. I hope all the listeners and captains adhere to what he has said. So thanks for being here, HICO.
And the pleasure is all mine. But I just want to say to you, Mellache, and the team, please keep up the good work. And I personally respect the efforts to try to highlight domino, because we know that every sport, golf, football, everything, they always have their own panels and so forth. And it's very good to see that we're trying to have something like that for domino. And it is a step in the right direction, I believe. And we only can go from strength to strength. And I know that the Portmore League, there's still a lot of things surrounding it. As I said before, the leader is from the old school, and there are some things that they don't change. And because of that, you hear Playmaster, you always talk about the brand, and it can affect the brand. It's just because of the love of the sport, to be honest, why persons they still participate. I mean, even one of the things which I don't want another can roll, because this is one of centre forward favorite thing. It's the prize money. I don't think there was a prize money that was announced, because there are still efforts being made to try get sponsors on board. So he's trying, but again, we're just glad that we have persons like yourself and your panel, Professor, Playmaster, and centre forward, who is trying to grow the sport. It is good, and I hope that you get all the support that you would need, from persons. Because sometimes persons will see you do a thing and they try to be negative, but I hope you just, continue to keep up the good work and continue to be optimistic, and just remember that the negatives will come, but you have to just continue for the love of the sport. Do what you do. You understand? There's always time when things seem like it would fail, but sometimes you have to just continue and continue till you get it right. You remember Thomas Edison? He 10,000 times he got it wrong with the light bulb, and it was when he made that error the 10,001 time he got it right. So, I mean, just keep up the good work. And again, thanks for having me. And the pleasure is all mine. Glad I could come and shed some light on the rule. And I hope that you also help persons to understand. And I hope that it is well understood how I explain it. So next time, if there's a breach, whether it's your team or other teams, you can, shed some light, bring it to the referee's attention, and do the necessaries if he choose not to adhere to the rule. All right. So thank you again.
Okay. Thanks for that, HICO. There's a lot to be said. There are a lot of questions, but time don't allow us. So maybe next time, we will have you back on our program again. So thanks,
Sure.
HICO, for being here.
Yeah, man. No problem.
Kelly Lovelace. Yes, Kelly. Big up yourself, Kelly. Kelly Lovelace. Kelly won herself $1,000 credit. Yes. Glad to know that you receive it. And for other persons who are trying to get the $1,000 credit, I don't think anybody get it correct. Get the question correct.
Yes, Everett won it last week. Everett won it last week, so I guess you should have a prize for Everett.
Okay. Maybe I overlooked that. But Kelly Lovelace, she got her prize. Yes. All right. Moving on to the big section now, the next section. Last week was some very exciting matches last week, Sunday. All right. Playmaster, Right Stuff beat Mechanical by 37 points. Was that expected?
Yes, man. When I went to the match Sunday, I was congratulated by a lot of folks, because they were saying, boy, you're a genius, because I made mention regarding the captaincy, and I was proven right again, Mechanical blundered big time with their captaincy. Right Stuff continued with the formula of using Hulk, and they duly stamped their authority over Mechanical.
Okay, but she's a man-eater. I think she's at Mechanical now. Is that a good captain?
Yeah, but she wasn't captaining, she was playing. So Maki was captaining first half, and I believe he did a fairly good job, because I went there, he was leading, and Right Stuff, took the lead. But second half, they blundered with a different captain, and the rest was history.
Okay, Professor, the Right Stuff Mechanical match. Mechanical won by 7 points.
Yes, we predicted this game, and I in that prediction I did mention that probably my co-analysis analyzers would have gone a different direction, but we did select this game to be won by Right Stuff, and it also was dependent on how the captaincy take care of the game, and it really proved. I mean, it was very close in the first half, and then after the halftime, it was a blowout. The margin of victory was a bit surprise for me, but nevertheless, I expected a win for Right Stuff.
Okay, but was it Mechanical on a 4-win streak?
No, there are 2 consecutive. They sit out the third encounter against Garvey Mead, and they took on the team from Whitehall. So that was just their third encounter. So they have lost 2 now, and losing their first one. They were one of the 4 unbeaten teams left in the competition.
Okay.
But it was no surprise for the victory.
Okay. All right. Center forward, Foundation versus Passage Foot. Foundation 250, Passage for 223. What you have to say about that?
Well, foundation team that many think could be the wild card in the top 8. Should they get there, they have the players that can certainly challenge, and it was no problem here against Passage Fort, who has not been doing well so far this season. And with reports of a rift in the camp, I'd expected that this would have been an easy victory for Foundation.
Okay. All right. Professor, Cherry Garden against Village Links. Cherry Garden 250, Village Links 222. What do you have to say about that?
No surprise, as again we expect Links to get over this one very quickly. There was a bit of in initial stages there was a bit of a contest, and then thereafter it was a fairly easy shot to the line. Something similar like a gate to the wire finish for Links. So no surprise there.
Village Links, no. Not Links United, Village Links.
Village Links. Cherry Garden. Sorry about that. Cherry Garden, it was a good victory for Cherry Garden. Expect there was a contest there, even up to the second half, in the just about the 160-170 era there, and then it was like about 8 lead, and then eventually it went up to in the high teens, and thereafter it was just it was a mere formality towards the end for Cherry Gardens, and that's something that we did predict. So Village Link did put up a fight in the early stages and mid stages, but thereafter we just that they didn't have the quality to last.
Okay. All right, my viewers and subscribers. Time is against us, so we're just moving a bit fast. All right, Mr. Playmaster. Fourth International versus Masterpiece. Fourth International 250. Masterpiece 249. A very exciting match. Excited finish.
Yeah, and my heart was in mouth for that match. We had a discussion, over the course of the match while I was getting updates, and I was reflecting on the fact that we're speaking regarding this 4 team not doing so well, but we all thought that playing this Masterpiece team that hasn't won any game so far this season and has lost all games badly, they probably would have won easily, but that wasn't the case. Masterpiece showed a lot of fight. My old partner, Fireball, debuted for Masterpiece. And one of the old legends from out west, Zaza. It was the second match for Masterpiece as well. I gathered that both, along with other members of Masterpiece, played really well. And Masterpiece got 22, I think, and took about an 8-point lead at one point, And that was a really exciting match. I wish I could have seen some of it. But in the end, I don't know if it's luck or class, but in the end, 4-1. So, kudos to them.
Okay, was this match one of the match that went down to the countdown and the rules was changed?
Yeah, man, the rule problem.
Okay.
I think it's enough of the rule.
Yes.
In terms of content.
Mr. Center Forward, Links 250, Central 206. What do you have to say about that match?
Well, another walk in the park for Links United. When it comes to these matches where Links supposed to get the job done, they usually get the job done. And this was another case of Links doing what they must do and doing it in emphatic fashion. So teams that Links should beat, they don't stand a prayer. And Central did not stand a prayer.
Okay. All right, Mr. Playmaster, Classic 250 versus Naga 235.
That match, a bit closer than I thought. To be honest, I thought Classic would have stamped their authority by 30 or more. But I gathered that Nagoya is coming to their own, and they played really well for most part of the match. So I need hats off to them. But again, it's a no-brainer when Classic is playing certain teams, you know, and they're duly obliged.
Okay. All right, Professor. Bull Bay 250, Correctional 219. What do you have to say about that match?
No surprises at all. This game expected to be that margin of points by victory for Bull Bay. One thing in particular was a standout there that one player won 19 consecutive games, which is something to behold, you know. However, in the end,
Brad is the player. Gave Lara 10-0 and
yes,
White, Father White, 9. Yeah.
9, so 19 altogether. So that is a very impressive. I would love to see the amount of games he won altogether in that match, because 19 in within two pairs is quite awesome. So, but anyway, we expected Bull Bay to win with the caliber players compared to a correctional team, and we look forward for a Bull Bay performance in the next round and to see what they have against probably stronger opponents.
All right, let me ask my.
No,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm just finished up. Nothing to write home about. No surprises. The scoreline and everything. Really expected. Or we predicted.
All right, let me ask you guys something. Have anyone in history dropped 2 consecutive 10 love? Consecutive 10 love in any given match.
It is a length
Competitive.
The record is 22 games straight, but I was trying to confirm Sunday. They were saying it happened up by Whitehall. They can't really remember the player's name, but it was some time ago in the past. I don't know how true it is.
Okay, but you have persons who drop 10 love, 2 10 love in a match though.
Yeah, man. Jamaica best dropped 3 10 love in a game. In one match.
Oh, yeah?
3 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome, man.
In great damage, man.
Yes. All right, center forward. Brayton versus Memory Lane. Brayton 250, Memory Lane 187. What do you think happened there?
Well, this was a crushing victory for Brayton, the defending champions. And, you know, it's back to the drawing board again, you know, for the losers. But no problems here, but the margin of victory, still flattering, considering that Memory Lane got off the mark, beating a very good central unit. Or was it Central or Foundation? I think it was Foundation.
Central.
No, Central.
Huh? Central. Yeah, Central. So, yeah, margin of victory, you know, very emphatic win and a statement already for the defending champions.
Okay. All right, going forward to the matches on Sunday. We have Masterpiece versus Mechanical. What's your prediction there, Professor?
This should be a matchup of interest, based on the fact that Masterpiece coming off a very impressive game against Fourth. However, Mechanical should get this one done, coming from a huge loss. So there are 2 contrasting results now, and teams going up against each other. So let's see. However, I will go for a mechanical victory here over Masterpiece.
Masterpiece. What is your prediction, Playmaster? Chergan versus Masterpiece versus Mechanical.
All right, before I put in my prediction, Jenko people on the live stream, remember, you can win yourself a prize. Just type the 8 winners in, well, 7 because Government is out. So the 7 winners for
No man,
Sunday.
it's 8.
You,
It's 8. It was
Eight,
9
eight,
teams and Government out. So 8.
oh, yeah,
yeah,
8. Sorry. Yeah.
eight.
Yes.
So if you can type the 8 winners in the chat, you can win yourself $1,000 credit of your choice. So the first person to get all 8 correct, we have some credit for you. This match for me, I'm gonna bring Mechanical to rebound. I know they will be devastated based on the performance they gave Sunday, and they should be coming out hungry. Masterpiece will also be hungry to get their first win, but Mechanical should win by the slimmest of margin.
Okay, great. All right, center forward, Chergan versus Fort International. Very good match on Sunday.
Yes, this is one of the better matches on the day. A Cherry Gardens team, highly thought of, with players, caliber players that can deliver a strong performance on any day. Port International finding their feet. You know, not such a dominating performance the last time we didn't buy one beating Masterpiece. But you will see the full force of Fort International this Sunday, I can promise. And Cherry Gardens will feel the full effect.
Yes. Professor, Chergan versus Fort International.
I think Fort is flattering to deceive. I think coming off a narrow win against a lowly placed Masterpiece, and Cherry Garden coming on off a 3 consecutive victories, now going into a 5th encounter. It's very hard to call, but I just believe Fort will get this one home. To be honest with you, I would carry Fort in this one. As much as Cherry Gardens are the form team and in better playing in terms of in terms of in terms of their performance. But
Okay.
Fort will
Playmaster, you
get
have
this
anything
one.
you have to say
I
about
just
this
believe Fort will
Chairmaster
get this
Fort,
one. I'll get
Fort
it right.
International?
I believe the match Sunday will serve as the wake up call that they needed, and Ford should finally turn up this Sunday with a dominant performance against a good Cherry Gardens team.
Okay. All right. Still on you, Mr. Playmaster. Right Stop versus Foundation.
Well, this match is poised to be more exciting than it generally looks on paper because I'm reliably informed that Foundation will be gunning to take this victory over Right Stuff. So at least 2 players from North America should be arriving in the island within the next couple of days to represent Foundation. You know, stuff Right Stuff cannot take this match lightly. But Right Stuff is a team I have a lot of time for based on my affiliation. And I really believe that they will go out and claim this victory after winning 2 impressive matches.
Yes.
So Foundation will fight hard, but they will come up short in the end.
Okay. All right. This match is going to be. I think this match is going to be a very exciting match, also. Because after being to Foundation match on Sunday, I didn't know you have so many players on Foundation team, right? You have Lazar, the great Lazar the preacher. You have Cole, you have Messi, you have Not Nice, you have a lot of persons on this Foundation team. So I don't think it's going to really be a walkover for Right Stuff. Um, Center forward, Right Stuff versus Foundation.
Well, I am siding with Playmaster on this one, and I'm going for a Rice of victory. But as I said, it won't be an easy task, but I just believe that they can get the job done.
Okay, good. All right. I think this one is very easy for you, Mr. Professor. Government versus Village Links. Very easy.
It's easy because there will be a game.
All right, moving on to the great classic Caribbean classic versus correctional, Professor. What is your take on that?
Probably it's much easier because this game will be played, and definitely a classic victory. We're just looking at how far they will win as usual, and I see this game even with the second probably. I hate to use that term, but a second string classic could easily beat this team by even over 50.
Okay. Playmaster, Caribbean Classic versus Correctional.
Well, I'm gonna be sounding like a scratch record because for the last 4 weeks I've been saying the same thing. This match will end based on how Classic wants it to end. They will win basically by
Okay,
Correctional
all
coming
right.
anywhere close to this Classic team once the match starts.
Okay. All right, thanks for that. Center forward, Passage Fort versus Central.
Well, Passage 14 in all kind of problems right now. Central, still trying to find their way. They're not playing bad. And as such, I'm going for Central. Passage 4 definitely need to get their house in order. They're not even prominent in the games. So it's no problems here for Central. Passage 4, though, definitely, with the players that they have, they should be more competitive against Central.
Okay, Professor.
Um, I will. In this encounter, it can go either way. But as a person who is analyzing the game and deserve to predict a winner based on the form of both teams, Central by the similar margin in margins. I think this game will go down. Do something on a 20 if they are to win this game. Central.
Okay, but remember that Passage Fort, they are hungry now, They are very hungry.
Yes,
They lose 4 straight. They're very hungry now. So Central have to look out
exactly.
for them.
And based on because what I'm analyzing this game on, is not purely on emotions now. I'm analyzing based on logics and based on how as you mentioned, the hunger of Passage Fort. No, they should get with losing 2 games over in the 20s. They should know try to get it right. And if they do lose, I believe it's just under the 20s. So that is why I would give Central that edge. And Central is probably have a more cohesive unit in comparison to Passage Fort.
Okay. All right, great. Playmaster, Memory Lane versus Nagahead.
Well, this game will pit a hungry Nagoya team that awoke versus the Classic last Sunday, and I believe they will take that momentum into their game against Memory Lane and should secure their first victory of the season.
Okay. All right. Center forward, Links United versus Soasap. Another epic match, excited match.
Well, Soursop is not the force of last season. Soursop is not the force of the champions of Kingston. No, Soursop beat Links United in the Kingston League, and Links is carrying a certain vengeance. So this match Lynx will come out swinging mercilessly, and it could be a long day for Soursop. But in saying this, Soursop will report with players that are capable of competing, and as such, they could carry the fight, but for how long? It's a Lynx United win here.
Okay, very good. All right. The highlighted match now, highlight match for Sunday now.
Before you move on there,
yes.
Mellache, before you move on there, there's something that I want to say. This encounter with Portmore and Lynx will probably be their 6th meeting in this calendar year. And you know the results are. It is the 6th meeting, 5 has gone before, and you know what the results says? The results lies in the favor of Soursop. 3-2.
Okay.
So this, yes, so you have to take those.
Telling center forward something, you know.
Yes, man. Center forward. And if you're listening, so Soursop have the edge going into this encounter based on prior statistics for the year. Because this will be the 6th meeting. So Soursop is leading 3-2. And one of those victories is one of the most important wins for Soursop. And the based on the matchup, Soursop has, I think, beat Lynx probably with one of the weakest team, probably not one of the strongest teams. The first time they have beaten Lynx was this year, and that was probably one of their weakest teams that they did that with. So probably look for another surprise here again.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Moving on to the final matchup for next week. The featured match, Playmaster, Bull Bay versus Brayton All-Star. I'm wondering if it's two Brayton side going to play against each other.
Well, this match is very interesting for many reasons. Remember, quite a few members of the Bull Bay team, were key members of this Brayton team when they were champions. Chucky, Conroy, Sour Screen, Badras, and crew. They were very vibrant in cheering and bringing the team. But this is a brand new Brayton team led by World Boss and Jojo. And I am reliably informed that the number 1 player in the world might make his debut this Sunday. With all that in mind, I believe this will be a humdinger of a match. But it will come down to what I've always been saying over these weeks, the captaincy. And I don't see Rado at any point out captaining Gaza, man. And I believe that will be key in this match because it's two excellent teams that will be playing each other, and the margin for errors will be thin. The full Brayton team will be on show. The full Bull Bay team will be on show, and therefore captaincy will be the key. And I honestly believe that Gaza man is one of the better captains in the game right now based on his track record and how he manages his game, and he will be the advantageous person that will allow Brayton to come out victorious this Sunday.
Okay, thanks for that. Center forward, Bull Bay versus Brayton.
Well, this matchup is an epic matchup. There's too many words to describe what will happen on Sunday. However, Brayton is in serious form right now, and they will report, as Playmaster said, with the number 1 player in the world, Earl. Yes, Earl may be a factor if he's here. So I'm expecting a Bull Bay team to come out swinging also. They have the players. They are in form. Brat is in form. So as Cream is in form. The team is playing as a unit, which is the most important thing. They will ensure that Brayton knows that this is a match, and it is one of the feature matches of the calendar year. Seeing that the Bull Bay team is comprised of some of the most vibrant members of their title win charge. So let's see what will happen. But I'm going for a Brighton win. But Bull Bay will ensure they work for their money.
Okay, Professor, describe this match for me, now, please.
I wish you never call on yours truly, because this is a very tough one to call. And as I was based on the matchup of the teams, it's something quite to behold. The Brighton team is what is happening now. They have a cohesive set of players playing from team to team, and I think that probably might just carry them home. Bull Bay, the first ever transfer teams from Bull Bay to a core of players from Bull Bay, um, from the Town League to the Portmore League. So they are just about getting it right in terms of that chemistry. But I believe Britain should get this one done. Not going to be easy. However, I still will go for a Britain victory. The captaincy is going to be paramount. I believe Gaza man is a very good captain, and I give him a lot of kudos on his last season winning performance, because I believe he made a lot of difference as a captain. Probably one of the most significant difference I've seen a captain in this game. However, Rado is a captain with such coolness and calmness, in situations where there's this high intensity of egos. And I think just just by that, Rado probably would probably get better of him. But I will still go for a Brighton victory.
Okay, great. All right. A very excited. It's a very exciting match on Sunday. Yes. So all spectators, if you love the match Domino that much, please go out and support your team. Yes, and I'd like to say thanks again for HICO for being here to shed some more light on the rules and regulation of the Portmore League, and Kelly Lovelace for winning the $1,000 credit, and Everett, I heard you won yourself a $1,000 credit also. So I'll get in touch with you for you to get your prize. Yes. We have come to another end of another our analysis Thursdays. I would like to thank my panel, my analysis, center forward, professor and playmaster for being here. I'll thank them again. And any final words, center forward?
Well, again, let's big up Icon, coming on stream and giving us some update as to the rule changes. And big up yourself, Mellache. Continue to do the good work. And my co-analyst, playmaster, and professor. We link up same way and with the Domino news, because plenty on the road. We have the mercenaries playing against the Western All Stars. That is something to look forward to. That will be a match, that we definitely would have to dissect. But I'm not sure about my availability on next Thursday, as I'll be going down there to take in a piece of the action on Thursday. So
Okay. That match will be held on Thursday.
yes.
Okay. Professor, any final words?
Well, I am so happy that we had Icon on the program to just to sensitize the public and the Domino fraternity regards to the rule changes, etc. And I duly enjoy the moment he was on and helping us out to know what is going on. However, I think I must also thank my co-analysts in C4 and Playmaster, and to you as the host, Mellache. And we should give ourselves some kudos, because we have in the pick 8, we have last time we have picked all 8 winners, just to make the Domino fraternity know that we pick all 8 winners in the last round. So let's see how well we do in this round.
Okay. Thanks for that, Professor. We still get a sponsor, man, so we can go on a retreat. Playmaster.
Yes, man. I want to big up everyone that tune in. Thanks for the support, because without you guys, this would be like a waste of time. So, big up everyone that take the time out to tune in. Big up all who watch this program delayed. Big up all who are subscribe to the channel. It's very important. Always liking the videos, Big up for that. Big up all who supporting us, because the support again is very important. Mellache is doing a very good thing for Domino, and anybody can provide any form of support. It will be appreciated. Any like a sponsorship, any like a thing, towards Mellache and his program will be much appreciated. Um, Very good program. Big up HICO for passing through and shedding some light. Big up the panel again. Next week we will definitely be previewing the big match down by West. If it's even one of us, because a match of that magnitude has to be previewed. It should be a 2-match series, and hopefully by next week we'll also have a date finalized for the D1 matchup versus the D side team as well. So big up everyone again, and see you guys next week.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for
man.
that, Playmaster. Yes, and please remember to click like on the video. The more like the video get, the more it will go out to more viewers. More YouTube will send it out to more viewers, and the more Domino will get exposed. So thanks again to my panel. See you guys next week.
Yes, man.